TJ here. Howdy. I'm pretty excited about this. It's my second computer. I wanted to make a video of my Atari history from my first purchase of the Atari 800 that you see over here, probably see, and my Mega 2 ST. Those are the two computers that spanned from 1980, when I purchased the Atari 800, my first computer, to 1990, when I was getting hitched to my lady and decided it was time to upgrade to an ST-based computer, and moved on to the Mega 2 ST. And then around the mid-1990s, when our Ataris and Commodores and Amigas and all that started to fall off the end of the earth, we moved on, or at least I moved on professionally to Apple at that point. But from 1980 to around 1995-ish, I was an Atari kid, still an Atari kid, up till that point, and then even still have my love for Atari there afterwards. But during those years from mid-90s up into 2000-something, you know, professionally, I moved on. Personally, I was doing less computer stuff in terms of retro. I was more into going camping, fishing, and bringing on other fun things in life. But as you get older, you start rekindling some of your relationships. And my relationship with vintage computers has really spiked for the last, I would say, 5 years. 2000-something, I really started getting back into it, at least in terms of my YouTube channel. I've been on YouTube since 2007, and I sporadically would make a video every now and then on something. So you'll actually see a Mega 2 ST video I did long ago where I ran my Spectra GCR, which made my humble Mega 2 ST into a more powerful Mac Plus. And we'll re-investigate, re-adventure to those days. But today is just a video of, I have a boxed Mega 2 ST, wanted to show off the box, show off the computer a little bit, chat about my history from being an Atarian since 1980. Even though I used Atari before it, I had never owned an Atari. I was an Odyssey 2 kid, 1977. And there's the phone ringing. I'm going to have to stop this. No, heck with the phone. I'll get that later. It's probably just a crank junk call anyway. So, Mega 2 ST. Here's the box. Hopefully it kind of shows. Good old Atari. And on that side, it looks like it shows about the same. It says Atari Mega 2. Now, the funny thing is, depending on, I've seen where they call it a Mega 2 ST, a Mega ST2, or Mega 2. The numbering and the way they call the Mega 2s a little different, maybe depending on the age, and I'll have to go back and reinvestigate that. But needless to say, mine says Mega 2 on the box. Mega 2. And why did, let's see, anything else in the boxes? No, pretty much, you know, just a pretty basic Atari box. Shows a picture of the pizza box style Mega 2. And I'm happy to own the box because I love collecting boxes for my original stuff. Hopefully, I try to buy it with the box. If not, so be it. But I try to have, especially the ones that I was born and raised on. So, let's start. Over in the corner here, my first computer, the Atari 800. I purchased it with my paper route money back in 1980. It was well over $1,000 for it and the cassette player. I didn't own a floppy drive for a while. And in my opinion, the Atari 800 is the coolest looking, best all around Atari 8-bit computer of the day. I absolutely am glad I chose it. And I continue to have one today. Stupidly, and I'm sure many of you watching this did the same thing, you sold or gave away most of your old computers. I got married in the 90s, and I moved on, buying houses, moving, and along the way, I think, my stuff in my eye, I think I gave away my Atari 800 and my Mega 2 ST. I don't remember. Goodwill did before our big move to our house that we purchased. I just don't remember. I wouldn't have thrown it away. I know I'm not that stupid, but I'm pretty sure I gave it away to Goodwill, which is kind of sad. I wish I had kept it, but I purchased it later on in life, and I'm happy to say I have two Atari 800s. One's as a backup, one's as an original. 1980 until 1990, I was an Atari 8-bit kid. Now, someplace in between there, when the gaming industry kind of took a crash, and I was dating and buying my first car and going to high school and liking girls, my computing kind of dropped off a bit. I wasn't a everyday user of it, but I did generally use my Atari 8-bit up through until I got rid of it or whatever I did. And around 1990, about to get married, purchased the Mega 2 ST from San Jose Computer in 1990, drove all the way from the where I lived at the time to San Jose Computer, which was a good hour plus away, hour and a half away, something like that. San Jose Computer is one of the de facto cool it and B&C Computer were the places to buy Atari, for me at least. And drove all the way there, wanted a Mega 2, and why did I go with a Mega 2 and not in mid-1980s buy an Atari ST? Because I actually wanted a professional-looking, separate keyboard computer. I'm fine with all-in-ones. I mean, basically the old original 8-bits are all-in-ones. And the Atari 520 ST and 1040 ST were cool, but I wanted a pizza box style, businessy looking computer. I was of the age, I was starting to do some professional things, and wanted that. So I ended up getting a Mega 2 ST, and excuse me if you hear the dog barking in the background. Car just drove by and two dogs were out there. It stopped raining for a few minutes, so I put them out so I could do a video. So if you hear barking in the background, it is what it is. But anyway, I wanted a professional grade, and at the time, the Jackintosh, well, the mid-1980s, they called it 520 a Jackintosh, but you could connect a Spectre GCR to this and make it into a Mac Plus and have access to some cool, more business-like software. And I jumped on. In 1990, purchased our new house, had a coffee table, didn't even have a desk yet, had a round coffee table in my little office/bedroom. It was more of an office because it had double opening doors. And put a coffee table down, had to sit on the floor, and I set up my Mega 2 ST and had a field day loving every minute of my Atari ST experience. 2 megabytes of RAM. I couldn't afford the Mega 4 at the time, so it was 2, and it was a lot of fun. So I have a boxed Mega 2 ST. At the time, of course, it came with a keyboard that was external from the computer, mouse, the computer, and I had purchased one monitor at the time. I purchased the color, I'm pretty sure, the SC1224. Now, I don't remember. There's 2 or 3 or 4 different, I think 3 different Atari color monitors of the time that look a little bit different, made by different manufacturers. I don't remember if this was the exact one I had, but I have all the other ones. I have the other SC1224, the different style one, and I've got the SM124, which is the monochrome monitor, which I did buy separately later and had a monitor master, because I had 2, not 1, but 2 monitors with the monitor master because the Spectre GCR didn't support color. It was black and white. So I ended up purchasing a monochrome for my businessy side of things and my color for the gaming side of things. So I had an SC1224, the Mega 2 ST, mouse, keyboard, didn't have a hard drive or anything like that. I was strictly floppy based. And we'll talk about the external devices later on that I eventually started collecting, like hard drives and things of that nature. But this video was about my channel is about to move into, but not move away from 8-bit to 1632-bit. I want to add that into the equation because to date most of my videos have been 8-bit. Specties, all the other flavors of 8-bits from the time, the Aquariuses, the Auric Atmoses, the Sam Coupes, you name it, and I'm going to continue doing probably majority 8-bit videos, but I want to start re-exploring my ST background. So from 1980 to 1995-ish, 15 years, I was an Atari person in terms of ST. The older 8-bit I moved away from, but then eventually came back into full fold. And so here, let me move away. You have my Atari setup that I have right now. I've got other Ataris. I've got a Mega STe in my back bedroom. I've got a 520 ST, a 1040 ST. We'll talk about those at a later time, but this was my history. Atari 800, Mega 2 ST, and we're going to end the video there. I'm going to, actually, we'll cover that afterwards. This is not a boot up. This is not a run. Here is what I did for 15 years before I moved on professionally. And I'm trying to remember. 8100 AV might have been the Apple that I moved on to as my first Apple computer. Going off of memory, but I think it was an 81. No, it wasn't the 8100. I did an original AV model before the PowerPC, so was it the 810 AV? I forget. I'm gonna have to look back. I doubt I have pictures laying around of me using the old stuff, but I'll try to remember what the heck I had there. But this is not an Apple video. This is Atari. So Atari still kicks butt. Enjoying it, and we're going to start diving into my Atari STs, Mega STe, Falcon that we have over there. So in 2023, expect more ST, or I should say 16/32-bit Atari videos from me. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.